Firstly, from Arsenal's perspective in terms of need, Mikel Arteta's side is indeed facing challenges up front. With injuries sidelining key forwards like Kai Havertz and Gabriel reportedly out until the season's end, the option of bringing in a new striker outside the transfer window makes sense. Diego Costa, currently a free agent after leaving Grêmio in January 2025, could serve as a short-term fix. His experience in the Premier League with Chelsea, where he bagged 20 goals and helped secure the title in the 2016-17 season, proves he was once a feared predator in the box. Yet, at 36 years old and having not played competitively for over 2 months, serious questions linger about his fitness and sharpness. Welcome! We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Secondly, tactically speaking, Costa could bring a different dimension to Arsenal's game. His aggressive, physical style and larger-than-life character could inject some much-needed energy into the squad, particularly in tough moments. He's known for unsettling opposition defenders and creating space for teammates, something Arsenal might need given the inconsistent form of Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, and Raheem Sterling on the wings. The question, though, is whether Costa can still adapt to the high-intensity approach that defines Arteta's philosophy, built on pressing and quick transitions. His stint at Wolves in 2022-23 suggested otherwise, managing just 1 goal in 23 appearances, a stark decline from his peak years. Thirdly, there's an emotional and historical angle that can't be overlooked. Costa is a Chelsea icon, Arsenal's bitter rivals, and even the rumour of him moving to the Emirates could spark mixed reactions from both sets of fans. William Gallas, a former Arsenal and Chelsea player, has even suggested Costa might reject the move out of loyalty to Chelsea. This is a key point. His motivation to join Arsenal, a club he once saw as the enemy, might be low, especially if is viewed merely as a stopgap at this stage of his career. Lastly, from a strategic standpoint, this decision reflects Arsenal's transfer policy under Arteta and their prospective sporting director, Andrea Berta. If the rumour holds water, signing Costa could be seen as a pragmatic, low-risk move given his free agent status requires no transfer fee. However, Berta, who had mixed results at Atletico Madrid, striking gold with Antoine Griezmann but flopping with Costa's 2017 return, might hesitate before repeating such an experiment. Arsenal seem in greater need of a long-term solution rather than a temporary patch like this. Imagine from Mikel Arteta's perspective on recruiting Diego Costa on a free transfer, written in a professional and realistic tone as a football manager might express it. I think our current situation up top does demand that we consider every option available, including Diego Costa. He's a player with tremendous Premier League experience, someone who's proven himself a top striker with Chelsea. His free agent status is obviously appealing because we can bring in quality without major financial strain. But, of course, we'd need to thoroughly assess his physical condition. I've always said this team needs character and intensity, and Costa has that in spades, but we've got to be realistic about what he can offer at 36. Tactically, I see Diego adding something different. We're struggling to score in certain situations, and his aggressive style and ability to hold up play in the opposition's area could help unlock space for players like Martinelli or Sterling. That said, our philosophy here hinges on high pressing and rapid transitions, so there's a big question about whether he can still keep up with the tempo we demand. I don't want to sign someone just to fill a gap. Every player who comes in has to support our long-term vision, and that's what we'll discuss with the recruitment team. As for the fans and his Chelsea history, I get that it's a sensitive issue. But for me, it's about what he can bring to the team now, not past rivalries. If we're convinced Costa still has the hunger and ability to contribute, I wouldn't hesitate to give him a chance. What's clear is that we won't make this call on a whim. We'll sit down with Andrea, Berta, and the team, look at the data, and ensure this isn't just about a big name but a real solution for Arsenal. My priority remains building a competitive, consistent side for the rest of this season and beyond. Imagine from Andrea Berta's perspective, Arsenal's prospective sporting director, on recruiting Diego Costa on a free transfer, written in a strategic and seasoned tone as a professional in the field might convey. As a sporting director, my job is to ensure every transfer decision aligns with the team's needs and the club's long-term vision. Diego Costa as a free agent is intriguing from a financial angle. No transfer fee means minimal economic risk. I know him well from our time at Atletico Madrid. He's a player with a winner's mentality and the ability to shift a game's dynamics. But experience also taught me his return there in 2017 wasn't a full success due to age and adaptation issues. I'd need to ensure we don't repeat that scenario at Arsenal. Strategically, Arsenal need a boost up front, especially with injuries hitting key players. Costa could be a short-term fix to bridge the gap until the summer, giving Mikel Arteta tactical flexibility without disrupting our budget for bigger targets in the next window. But I'm concerned about his fitness. He hasn't played competitively since January, and at 36, he's not a player you can rely on for high intensity week in, week out. His data from Wolves shows a sharp decline, and I don't want Arsenal caught in a decision driven more by emotion than reason. I'm also thinking about the dressing room and the fans. Costa's got a strong personality, but that can cut both ways. He could galvanize the squad or create friction if expectations aren't met. His Chelsea background might stir reactions from supporters, though I reckon Arsenal fans would accept anyone committed to the cause. Above all, I'd work with Mikel to assess whether Costa truly fits the team's current identity. If we push forward, it'd need a clear plan for his role and duration. I'd rather focus on a long-term solution in the summer than lean on a name from the past. In conclusion, while the idea of signing Diego Costa might sound tempting amid Arsenal's striker crisis, the reality doesn't quite stack up. His age, physical condition, and recent track record suggest he's not the ideal answer. Arteta might be better off maximizing internal options like Mikel Merino, who's recently shown a knack for goals, or holding out until the summer for a more strategic investment. Costa, for all his past brilliance, feels like a nostalgic punt that's hard to justify in the context of Arsenal's modern footballing setup. What do you lot reckon about Arsenal snapping up Diego Costa on a free transfer? Smart move or a step too far? Would his experience give us a proper boost, or is he just a faded star past his prime? Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!